Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation. We're going to be presenting Pigeon today. It's a virtual collaboration and creation platform which aims to help students work together and seamlessly online. Our team is comprised of 6 members, Tinky, Riyadh, Blake, Mira, Justin, and Suhail. Initially, we found communicating difficult in the early stages of the semester. As we got used to copying design, it became much easier to meet and work together with the addition of Zoom calls so we could actually communicate. Also, the web applications we used, like Miro and Figma, allowed us to maintain a steady workflow on the wireframes and prototype as we could see how each piece was fitting together.
And with that, the question arose, how might we create an open-ended environment that caters to the fundamental aspects of collaboration?
With a bit of research through surveying a number of GBDA students, we wanted to see what struggles they had with collaborating virtually on team projects due to COVID. With the results we gathered from the survey, we have quickly found the common problems amongst the students. Here we have a persona of a GBDA student named Indigo, and this student's story is an assemblance of all user data collected from our digital research. Indigo currently lives across the world from most of her GBDA classmates, and due to the time difference, this student is struggling to collaborate on group projects. Indigo finds difficulty in sharing her ideas with her team members and feels like her creativity is limited by these digital platforms. She also finds it hard to fully communicate with her teammates as well as make friends. She feels that due to these factors, her and her teammate are not able to productively collaborate to their best potential. She also wishes that there was a better way to set roles, meetings, and deadlines with her group.
After conducting research and gaining insights, we wanted to focus on a specific set of user wants and needs that we wanted to address. One of them being asynchronous collaboration and communication. We also wanted to figure out a simpler way to share files and work on them together. We also wanted to create one tool for projects that serves both collaboration and communication purposes for teams. Therefore, that would make decision making much more faster, allowing for quick problem solving, and on top of that, we wanted to make scheduling meetings much more easier, especially for teams that are working across time zones.
We wanted to empathize with the user by mapping out potential scenarios they would undergo when using our site to collaborate remotely. We came up with Blake, a persona who wants to complete a video project for school, albeit remotely due to the pandemic. With this, we explored what Blake's process would encapsulate, including the initial want to collaborate and the potential tasks he and his team would require to collaborate. How easy or tedious is it to join in? How will Blake communicate with his team? Can the team members see their work while video calling, or do they have to share their screens on a third-party app? We then materialized the baseline by commenting on what the fundamentals are in order to answer these questions. This then helped us come up with ideas on how we can integrate our how might we statement while applying our seamless and efficient standards. As a matter of fact, we noted the shortcomings of the websites used to come up with such ideas, like Miro and Figma, and worked off of them to make sure we included what they didn't. We ran through this cycle of commenting and evolving our ideas until we felt like we satisfied our mission statement to its fullest.
Our user task highlighted the features we wanted to create, which were listed in our scenario map. By asking ourselves how a user would use our website, we simulated some of the needs the user may have when wanting to use our website. As a result, we were able to list our requirements which were needed to resolve these needs. We were therefore able to formulate which type of page or screen we needed to design for the website, and which specific features we would like to integrate on each respective page. This was integral in order to plan our scheme to design the wireframes, and made it a whole lot easier.
Using our product scenario chart, we came up with a well-organized map which gave us an idea of how users are able to navigate through our platform. This includes what a user sees when entering our platform for the first time and how they're able to use the different tools provided by our platform to complete their goals.
So the first step we had to take in the making of our wireframe was to consider 2 main things. 1, our user journey, and 2, the easiest order of placement to understand. We carefully followed the steps we mapped out previously while also incorporating all of our ideas for the kinds of features a user would see on our app. Our goal for the wireframe in terms of structure was to have intelligible navigation that users would not find difficult to understand. We wanted everything to be close and accessible to maintain an easy workflow, especially with so many different features and tools. It was also important that the user is confident in the fact that their work would be saved as they go, which is why joining the software using an account is necessary. Looking at the end of the project making process, we decided too that it was essential to include a feature that allowed users to export, share, and invite other users to collaborate and edit. So the content of our software was definitely what we spent most of our meetings thinking about, since we wanted to create the ultimate all-in-one application that fits all kinds of project brainstorming. We focused mostly on communication and the creative page, which can both be used at the same time without needing to jump between apps. As students who often find themselves hopping between different projects, we're definitely known to opt for the least amount of confusion, especially in times like these where the virtual world has become our main focus. Also, through personal experience, we found that some meetings could potentially get quieter when everyone's focused on the task at hand, which is why we've got a music playing feature that works simultaneously with all of our other tools. Now, since our main goal with Pigeons.io was to create the most effective collaborative ground by virtual means, we focused on our user needs and ways in which we could have everything in one place to avoid confusion and clutter. We have everything from chat windows to checklist planners to help tackle those issues, and we made sure to include as many routes for communication as possible in order to mimic real-life collaboration as best as possible. Lastly, to elaborate more on behavior and interactions between the user and the software, we'll briefly discuss the importance of considering all kinds of scenarios. Some users may not know where to start even when presented with all kinds of useful tools. In order to make Pigeons.io suitable for a greater audience, we've made it simple through the use of templates. Using the Pigeon store will allow users to view templates of different categories, see a full description, and a guide for what's recommended for what kind of projects. And that concludes our wireframe.
Without further ado, I present Pigeon.io. Pigeon.io is the collaborative tool that teams use for brainstorming. As you can see in the image, there is a team hard at work, working on their great ideas while on a call. We will continue to see how Pigeon.io addresses the user wants and needs that we listed out in the previous slide. Creating an account on Pigeon.io is easy and you can get started in minutes. Previously, this prompt was after you created a project, but because of user feedback, we moved it to before you started working on a project. But we've shown you the infinite canvas that awaits you and your projects for you to create great ideas. Once you've got everything set up, you can easily share your project in seconds with your other team members. Either copy a link to your clipboard and share it with your team members, or type in your team members' emails and invite them with special permissions if you only want them to view it, to comment, or even edit. The choice is yours. Once everything is in order, Pigeon.io provides you various tools for you to create your great ideas. You can customize any element to your liking, so your ideas can take any shape or form. And once you're done, you can keep your projects in order with our great project management tools. Since we're trying to address our anticipated user needs, we can't give great creative tools without great collaborative tools. And this is why we've allowed you to be able to interact with your team however you want. Whether it's through video, audio, or even chat, you can stay connected with your team wherever you are, even asynchronously. And speaking about remaining connected with your team, we have made giving and receiving feedback easy. Feedback is presented visually on elements, and there is also a comment bar that shows you all the feedback that has been placed on your project. You can see the feedback, reply to it, and mark the feedback as done. This makes it easy for you to sync up with your team when you're back online. To make working on projects much more fun, Pigeon.io allows you to natively listen to music with your team members. This keeps your creative juice flowing while listening to music from your favorite artists. And so I would like to ask you, are you ready to create and collaborate on Pigeon.io? If you are, click on the Get Started button and create an account and get started within minutes. For our next steps on this prototype, we will continue building out our prototype with extended features to make it more easier for teams. We're also going to conduct more research and get more feedback from users to make usability much better. And through that, we're going to make our platform much more easier to understand. And finally, we'll submit our prototype for grading. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day wherever you are.